Hi friends, welcome back. Today, before we start our story time, I have a couple things I wanted to tell you. So the first one is, last week I mentioned it is Library Month, and we celebrated libraries by reading some books about libraries, right? And we said we love libraries. And the other thing that February is Aboriginal Storytelling Month. And normally, on a normal year, when we can have a lot of people here, we would have an Aboriginal storyteller come, and they're quite fascinating, and they have some very interesting tales and stories that they tell. But because this year we can't do that, we just have a nice little book display, so come and have a check out of what we've got here. There's a lot of really interesting native stories that you may never have heard before. Another thing you could do is go to our Facebook page, and we're sharing videos that are put out by the Royal Saskatchewan Museum in Regina. They're putting out videos from a elder, and she's telling stories about native stories or Aboriginal stories. The one that really caught my eye that was really interesting was how the porcupine got its quills. So if you go check out our Facebook, every other day we're sharing one of those videos, and they're really interesting, and it'd be good for kids to learn what traditions came out of the Aboriginal culture, and very interesting. Okay, and that's another thing we have coming up is next week is our big winter fun at YPL. So we're going to have a lot of fun here at the library, not here actually, but online. So make sure you join us from Tuesday to Friday every day next week. We will be putting out a different video with different activities. Some are science, some activities. They're good for pretty much any age. I think with just a little bit of help from mom or dad, any age can do it. And then if you stay tuned, for the younger ones especially will enjoy, there's going to be a story afterwards. So it's going to be sort of a combination activity and story time every day next week. So join us for that. It's going to be a lot of fun. And then what's coming up on Sunday this week? Valentine's Day. Do you see my hearts behind me? So we're going to have a couple stories for Valentine's Day today. And here's my first one. Love, Splat. Give me a minute to get set up so you can see this a little better. Splat stared into the bathroom mirror. A worried Splat stared back. His heart drummed and his tummy rumbled. He does look a little worried. Kitten. She had... Oh, did I miss a page? Yes, I did. He straightened his whiskers, ruffled his fur, and brushed his teeth. Today he wanted to look just right. After all, today was Valentine's Day. Splat had made cards for everyone in his class, and he also made a special card for a certain cat in his class. Kitten. She had snowy white paws and pea green eyes, and Splat liked her more than fish sticks and ice cream. See him thinking about her? She's a pretty white cat, isn't she? But whenever Kitten saw Splat, she pulled his ears and poked his belly, tied his tail, and called him smelly. Then she'd run away. Why does she do that? Splat sighed. Seymour shook his head. Do you see Seymour? He's going to be in pretty much every page of this book. He's always with Splat. Splat practiced his smile one last time and left the bathroom. His family wished him a very good morning. He ignored his breakfast and gazed at the red envelope. On the front of the envelope, in Splat's very best writing, was a single name. Kitten. Splat tucked the envelope in his bag and left for school. His tummy rumbled loudly all the way. He was so busy telling his tummy to be quiet that he didn't see Kitten coming around the corner. Uh-oh. Splat! He bumped into her, and when he tried to say sorry, his tongue turned to jelly, and his legs wobbled like rubber, and his tummy rumbled louder than ever. This happened every time he saw Kitten. He's got a crush on Kitten. Kitten gave Splat a funny look. Then she pulled his ears and poked his belly, tied his tail and called him smelly, and ran away. It's not very nice, is it? Why does she do that? He sighed. Seymour shook his head. He doesn't know either. Later, in cat school, all the class swapped their valentines. Splat sat at his desk, clutching the little red envelope. I'll give it to her soon, he said to Seymour. But soon it was recess. Splat sat quietly on the bench, still clutching the red envelope. He didn't see the cat sneaking up behind him. Boo! Cried Spike. Splat jumped and dropped the little red envelope. Spike picked it up and read the name on the front. I like Kitten too, Spike announced, and I like her more than you do. Everybody likes Kitten. Splat doesn't look too happy about that, does he? Look at his eyes. He's giving him some eyes there. But I like Kitten this much, said Splat. And I like her this much, said Spike. Aw, groaned Splat. Splat pulled a piece of chalk from his pocket and drew a heart on the ground. I like Kitten this much, he said. And I like Kitten this much, said Spike, and he drew a heart around the whole playground. Ah, groaned Splat. I made Kitten a special Valentine card, Splat said. You call that a card? Spike said smugly. Look at his big card. He's not being very nice, is he? They're competing for Kitten. Aw, groaned Splat. It's not fair. Seymour shook his head. Splat's card looked teeny-weeny next to Spike's, and with a sigh, he threw it in the trash. Kitten opened Spike's card. The message inside read, You are so lucky that I like you. Kitten smiled. Splat didn't, and he turned away. That wasn't a very nice way to say I like you, is it? You're so lucky I like you. Splat didn't see the snowy white paws lift the little red envelope from the trash. Who do you think's taking the envelope? Oh, Kitten. Or the pea green eyes that read the name on the front. Kitten took the card from the envelope and opened it. In Splat's very best handwriting, there were 3 little words. I like you. And he drew a picture of them. Kitten sat down next to Splat and gave him a little pink envelope. On the front was a single name, Splat. Splat opened the envelope. And on the card was a rhyme. Your fur is soft and I like to stroke it. You make a silly noise in your belly when I poke it. Your tail's so bendy it makes me laugh, and you smell really nice when you've just had a bath. That's quite the card. Inside the card, in Kitten's very best writing, were 3 little words. I like you. Oh, Splat looks happy. So I think she liked him too all along, and she just teased him and tied his tail up just for fun because she liked him. All right, so now we're going to try and do a couple other little things. So the first one is we're going to try and make a heart with our hands, okay? I bring my hands together. Try and put your hands together. This is how I start. I bring my fingers down, and now I've made a heart. Can you see my heart? Sort of. Not a very good heart. There's my heart. That's a better heart, isn't it? Can we try that again? I bring my hands together, and this is how I start. I bend my fingers down, and now I have a heart. All right. And now here's a little song we're going to sing to the tune of London Bridge. So if you know the song London Bridge is Falling Down, that's kind of how it's going to sing, how it's going to sound when we sing it. I'll make a big red Valentine, Valentine, Valentine. I'll make a big red Valentine and give it right to you. I'll trim it up with lace and bows, lace and bows, lace and bows. I'll trim it up with lace and bows and give it right to you. And if you have time, you can make some Valentines for the people you care about. It could be for your mom and dad, your grandparents, your brothers and sisters, or your friends. All right. Now here's our last book. This isn't really a Valentine book, but I couldn't resist. It is just such a cute little book. It's called Mom Hugs, and it's got a bunch of different animal moms who are hugging their babies. Bear Hugs. Sea Hugs. Sandy on the Beach Hugs. Do you know what animal that is? That's a seal. Snuggle Hugs. What animal is that? Is that a monkey or a chimpanzee? Mini Me Hugs. Do you know what that one is? They make a sound like ee-aw. That's a donkey. High Up in the Tree Hugs. Look at those guys. Do you know what that is? It's a raccoon. Trunk Hugs. Everyone knows that one is an elephant. Look how he's hugging his little, how she's hugging her little baby using her trunk. Slow Hugs. Slow as a turtle hugs. And they're all hugging in these pictures. They're so cute. Even in the Snow Hugs. Do you see the baby polar bear there? Being hugged by Mama. Fuzzy Hugs. Oh, those are cute little koalas. Roo Hugs. Kangaroos. Do you know that a baby kangaroo, when they're smaller, they go into Mama's pouch, and that's how she carries them around? Let's see, what's our last one? And I Love You Hugs. And there's panda bears. And that's it for our Valentine stories. But if you have time and you would like to make a Valentine craft, come on down to the library and pick up some sample kits. We've made up some sample kits of, it's a little owl, Valentine owl that you can make. You can also make it at home. You just need to watch the video on either Facebook or YouTube, and I'm showing you how to make it, so then you'll know what you need for that, okay? Happy Valentine's Day, everyone. Bye.